Update Young and the Restless spoilers full. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today is Thursday, a beautiful day outside. But honestly, I am just sitting here completely losing my mind over what we just watched on the screen. Grab a massive cup of coffee, or maybe something stronger, because we have so much to unpack today and I am still shaking from that ending. And honestly, I don't even know where to begin because my brain is just spinning in a million different directions right now. But we have to talk about Victor Newman. We just have to. Because for years, for literally decades, we have watched this man play God with the people of Genoa City. We have watched him manipulate, scheme, buy people out, and ruin lives. But what he just did, what we just found out he has been doing right under Nikki's nose, it is on a whole other level of twisted. I mean, I know Victor is ruthless. I know he has a dark side. But chaining people up in a secret dungeon under his wine cellar, like some kind of medieval villain? It's sick. It is actually sick. And I am so worked up about it I can barely type straight. So let's back up a second and talk about Marie Kirkland, because Marie is the wild card here. She is the absolute wild card that Victor never saw coming. We all know Marie met Nick Newman in that seedy motel. We know they did fentanyl together. We know they trauma bonded in the absolute worst way possible. And Sharon has been terrified, like literally terrified, that Marie is going to drag Nick right back down into the gutter just when he was starting to have a breakthrough in rehab. But Marie is an addict, and addicts do impulsive, reckless things when they are desperate for a connection. So Marie decides she needs to see Nick. She needs to find him, and where does she go? She sneaks onto the Newman Ranch. And let's just pause right here for a second to talk about the security at the Newman Ranch. Because it is a joke. It is an absolute, undeniable joke. Victor is supposed to be this billionaire powerhouse with enemies on every single corner. He is currently waging a corporate war. He is hiding a terminal illness. He is targeting the Abbott family. And yet, Marie Kirkland, a woman who is currently struggling with severe addiction and probably hasn't slept in days, just waltzes right onto the property. She just sneaks right in. No guards. No alarms. Nothing. It is so ridiculous it actually makes me laugh. But anyway, she gets in. She is wandering around, probably looking for any sign of Nick, and she ends up going down into the wine cellar. Maybe she was looking to steal a bottle. Maybe she was just hiding. I don't know. But she is down there in the dark, surrounded by all these expensive bottles of wine that Victor probably paid thousands of dollars for. And then she hears it, the sounds. Muffled cries for help coming from behind a wall. I was literally screaming at my screen, because you know that feeling when you watch a horror movie and the character goes down into the dark basement and you're just yelling at them to run away. That was me. I was yelling. But Marie doesn't run. She follows the sound. And she finds a secret passage, a hidden door right there in the wine cellar. Because of course Victor Newman has a secret passage. Of course he does. So Marie finds this door. And it's locked. And this is where I really started to question who Marie Kirkland actually is. Because she doesn't just jiggle the handle and give up. She pulls out some tools and she picks the lock. She literally picks the lock on Victor Newman's secret dungeon door. Like, where did she learn to do that? Is she a former thief? Is there a whole other side to her backstory that we don't know about yet? The writers are definitely planting seeds here, and I am so here for it. But she picks the lock, the heavy door swings open, and she steps into the absolute pitch black darkness. And you guys, the reveal, the absolute shock of what was waiting in the dark. Marie hears the rattling of chains, real, heavy chains. She finds a light switch or uses her phone flashlight, and the beam hits the first figure. It's Matt Clark. Matt Clark is chained to a wall in Victor Newman's basement. I had to pause the episode. I literally had to pause it and walk around my room because I was so stunned. Let's think about this for a second. Matt Clark has been missing. He just vanished off the face of the earth, and Phyllis Summers, who everyone always calls crazy, who everyone always dismisses, was running around Genoa City in an absolute panic. She went straight to Adam Newman. She got right in Adam's snarky, smug face and demanded to know what the Newmans did to Matt, and Adam just brushed her off. He made his little smart guy comments and acted like Phyllis was just being her usual paranoid self. But Phyllis was right. She was 100% right. Victor kidnapped his own stepson, his own wife's son, and chained him in a dungeon. I mean, I hate Matt Clark. We all hate Matt Clark. The guy is a monster who has terrorized Sharon and Nick for years. But seeing him chained up like an animal in the dark, it was chilling, and Matt is not okay. The spoilers said he was having a severe psychological breakdown, and they were not kidding. He's completely broken. You have to remember, Matt was already in a fragile state. He had that amnesia. He remembered his crimes. He was crying to Sharon at Crimson Lights just begging for her forgiveness. He was stuck in this massive guilt complex. And then Victor grabs him and throws him in a dark hole. Matt's mind is completely gone now. He was shaking. He was sobbing. He looked like a wild animal that had been backed into a corner. But wait, because if you thought Matt Clark being chained up was the biggest shock of the week, you were wrong. Because Marie moves her flashlight, and there is a second person chained up in that room. Patty Williams. Patty freaking Williams is chained up in the Newman wine cellar. My jaw actually dropped. I could not believe what I was seeing. We knew Patty was back in the picture. We knew Victor brought her back to town to target the Abbotts. We knew she drugged Jack on that yacht and caused all that trauma for Diane. And the timeline told us that Patty had escaped from the mental treatment facility. Kyle has been running around in an absolute panic trying to warn Jack and Diane that Patty is on the loose. But she wasn't on the loose. She never escaped on her own. Or if she did, Victor snatched her right back up. Victor used Patty as a weapon to destroy Jack's happiness, and when he was done with her, when she became a liability, he didn't send her back to the hospital. He didn't get her help. He dragged her down into his basement and chained her to a wall. It is so vile. It is so deeply, deeply vile. And Patty is completely unhinged. While Matt is sitting there having a total psychological breakdown, Patty is just rambling. She's staring into the dark with those wide, crazy eyes of hers, and she is just rambling about Jack. She is talking about how she needs to find him, how she needs to complete their love. Honestly, that phrase made my skin crawl. Complete their love. We all know what that means in Patty's twisted mind. It means violence. It means tragedy. She is so obsessed with Jack Abbott that it has completely rotted her brain. And Victor knew this. Victor knew exactly how dangerous she was, and he just kept her there, brewing in her own insanity, getting crazier and crazier in the dark. And this is where Marie makes the biggest mistake of her entire life. Marie is standing there, looking at these two broken, chained up people. She doesn't know who they are. She doesn't know the history. She doesn't know that Matt Clark is a violent predator who has tortured the Newman family. She doesn't know that Patty Williams is a deeply disturbed woman who will stop at nothing to get her claws into Jack Abbott. All Marie sees are two victims. All she sees are two people who are crying for help. So she frees them. She uses her little lockpicking skills and she undoes the chains. I was screaming, "Don't do it. Don't let them out." But she did. She unleashed the two biggest threats in Genoa City. She just opened the cage and let the monsters out. And the moment the chains fall off, the energy in that room shifts. You can see it in Matt's eyes. The breakdown is turning into something else. It's turning into raw, unfiltered survival instinct and probably a whole lot of rage. And Patty didn't even hesitate. The second she was free, she was already plotting her path to Jack. So now they are out. They are loose in the house, or loose on the grounds, and Victor is going to find out. Let's just talk about Victor's reaction for a minute, because when the mustache finds out that his secret little torture chamber has been exposed, he is going to absolutely lose his mind. He is going to go nuclear. Victor is already living on borrowed time. He has that terminal illness that he is hiding from everyone. He is making these reckless, aggressive moves like trying to steal Chancellor and attacking the Abbotts because he feels like he is running out of time. He wants to secure his legacy and destroy his enemies before he dies. But this is a massive loss of control. And Victor Newman does not handle losing control. He is going to be infuriated. He is going to want to destroy whoever let them out. If he finds out it was Marie Kirkland, the addict who is currently trauma bonding with his son Nick, he might actually kill her. I am not even exaggerating. Victor is capable of anything right now. And what about Nikki? Oh my God, you guys, think about Nikki. Nikki is sitting upstairs in the main house, drinking her tea, worrying about Jack being secretive, and delusionally telling everyone that Victor is just a kind, gentle narcissist. She has been defending him. She has been fully supporting his war against Billy Abbott. She thinks Victor has changed. How is she going to react when she finds out that while she was sitting on her expensive sofa, her own son, Matt Clark, was chained to a wall directly beneath her feet? Victor chained her son in the basement. If this doesn't finally break the spell Victor has over Nikki, then absolutely nothing will. I mean, maybe I'm being too harsh on Nikki because she has been through a lot of trauma herself, but come on. Wake up, Nikki. Your husband is a literal supervillain. But the people I am most terrified for right now are Jack and Diane. Let's look at the timeline. Jack and Diane have been through hell lately. The whole thing with Dr. Markham kidnapping Diane, Jack being drugged on the yacht, they have been traumatized. And they finally decided to take a step back and go on a romantic getaway to heal. They are off somewhere, probably sipping champagne, thinking they are safe, thinking the nightmare is over. Jack is already so stressed out about Lily's buyout offer and Billy's reckless, arrogant takeover attempt at Chancellor. He just wanted a few days of peace with his wife. And Kyle, poor Kyle. Kyle is the only one who actually understands the danger. Kyle swore revenge on Victor for what happened to his parents. He is furious. And when he heard that Patty escaped the facility, he panicked. He has been trying to contact Jack and Diane to warn them. But they aren't answering. They are off the grid, enjoying their romance. But Kyle didn't know the half of it. Kyle thought Patty was just wandering around aimlessly. He didn't know Victor had her locked up, building up all this rage and obsession in the dark. Now that Patty is actually free, thanks to Marie, she is going to be like a heat-seeking missile aimed directly at Jack Abbott. She said it herself. She has to complete their love. I am so scared for Jack and Diane. Patty is not going to just show up and say hello. She is going to bring absolute chaos. She is going to bring violence. And Jack is completely caught off guard. He has no idea this is coming. And honestly, how does this all tie into the rest of the show? Because while all this life or death stuff is happening at the ranch, we have Billy Abbott running around in a suit, acting like he is the king of the world because he found a dusty piece of paper from 1975 in a cardboard box. I am so tired of Billy. I really am. He is so arrogant, so clueless. Sally Spectra is pregnant. She is trying to plan their wedding. And Billy is just ignoring her because he is obsessed with taking Chancellor away from Lily. And Lily is falling back in love with Kane Ashby, who is ready to play dirty to destroy Billy. Devin is sitting there predicting doom for everyone. It's all just corporate drama. But the corporate drama feels so small right now, doesn't it? It feels so petty compared to what is happening in the shadows. We have people chained in basements. We have psychological breakdowns. We have stalkers on the loose. We have a dying patriarch who is losing his grip on reality. I can't even process how good the writing is right now, even if it is completely insane. The writers have really outdone themselves with this twist. Bringing Marie Kirkland into the mix, having her be the one to expose Victor's darkest secret. It is brilliant because Marie is a nobody to Victor. She is just a junkie in his eyes. And yet, she is the one who brings his entire house of cards crashing down. I have to wonder what Adam is going to do when he finds out. Adam has been doing Victor's dirty work, running the smear campaigns at Newman Media, brushing off Phyllis. When Adam realizes Victor actually kidnapped Matt, is he going to feel guilty? Probably not. It's Adam, but it is going to cause a massive rift in the family. And Victoria. Victoria is currently grieving Cole and kissing Kyle Abbott, keeping Victor's secrets. When this blows up, the entire Newman family is going to shatter. I am going to be glued to my screen next week. We need to see Matt's next move. We need to see Patty tracking down Jack. And we need to see Victor's face when he looks into that empty room and sees the broken chains on the floor. Okay, I need to stop rambling and go take a breath. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is Victor going to prison for this? Let's be real. He never goes to prison. Will Patty actually get to Jack? And what is going to happen to Marie now that she has crossed the mustache? I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe out there. And don't go exploring any creepy wine cellars.